Ladies and mostly gentlemen, welcome back to the Hard Count. It is week 7, 8, October 14th on this fine Monday night, and I'm here with my lovely co-host, Brandon Williams. Brandon, how you doing today?
Doing great. How you doing, Cade?
I am living the dream. We got Monday Night Football in like an hour and some change. And speaking of Monday Night Football, we'll talk about that here in a second on our predictions for that game tonight. But first, we're going to start this off with something we like to call our game balls. Brandon has a game ball for a player, and so do I. And we're going to start at the top. Brandon, who is your player that you're going to give your honorary week 7, week 6, whatever you want to call it, game ball to in the NFL?
Well, I'm going to keep it light. I'm going to keep it simple. There was a lot of game balls I can give out. You know, we have 2 new rookies coming in, slinging it around. Credit to Drake May. Honorable mention was Drake May for me. Even though we lost, he was slinging it around, okay?
He was.
He looked good. But I have to give it, and call me a homer. Call me a homer. I don't care, okay? And I know what you're expecting. It's probably Caleb Williams, right? You know, threw for 4 touchdowns. But I'm gonna take it to another level, and 2 of those touchdowns went to one guy, and that was our emergency long snapper for the day, Cole Kmet. That dude went absolutely ballistic, okay? I mean, 2 touchdowns, I don't know, like 87 yards, 68 yards or something like that.
He had a day.
Absolutely like bullied a safety into the end zone. And then also our emergency long snapper. I mean, like, when in doubt, just give the ball to Cole Kmet. I mean,
what can he not do?
Just perfect snaps all around. Cole Kmet was just cooking all day in London, okay? And, you know, the Bears cooked in London with help, but I got to give it to Cole Kmet. One hell of a day. I mean, one of the most underrated tight ends in the league, baby. But that was my game ball. Cole Kmet. You can kind of give it to also the Bears, just all the Bears. But Cole Kmet was my game ball. Cade, what about you?
I love that. And Brandon, that is a very good, well thought out process you had right there, because he really did do it all in that game. Now, mine is not quite as serious, but it is still a triumph and a accomplishment at the end of the day. And let me get some backstory here for you guys. This man has been in the league longer than I've been alive, I think. It's getting ridiculous at this point. Joe Flacco is 39 years old. Now, he did not have a world beater of a game with 189 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. But how does he keep doing this? He comes off the bench, doing his thing. Yes, he did start last week, but man, he looks good consistently over and over and over again. I'm just impressed at this point. It's pretty, look at it, born in 1985. Dude's prehistoric playing football with a bunch of 21-years-olds. I don't know how you do it week after week. Very impressed right there for Joe Flacco. That's my game ball.
I love it. I love it. That dude just, I mean, doesn't need to be a starting quarterback. Doesn't really, I mean, wants to be, but also doesn't really, you know, he's enjoying life, right? You know, you want me to come in and sling the ball around and arguably make your team question your quarterback decision? Yes, I'll come in and do that every day of the week. And he's playing damn good ball. Anthony Richardson's probably sweating a little bit because he's not doing a lick of ass. Excuse my language. And Joe Flacco is slinging it. He's like, you give me protection, you give me about 3 seconds, I'll make you regret that. I'll make you regret that real quick. Okay? He's making Josh Downs look like a pro player. Alec Pierce has his weeks. And then Michael Pittman's Michael Pittman. You know, Michael Pittman's like, thank God. Okay? But I love it. That was our Fast Five. That was our game balls. We're going to try to do that more often for y'all. But, hey, do you want to talk about the Monday Night Football game, which happens to be going on in exactly an hour and 15 minutes from now?
You got to love it, Brandon. We got Monday Night Football here in an hour and 15 minutes, just like Brandon said. And it's a good one. We got the Bills, who are 3-2. Brandon, correct me if I'm wrong. 3-2, and the Jets, who are 2-3. Yeah, clickety-clack, type it up. And it's a big one. This is an in-rivalry game. As we know, the Jets just fired their head coach, Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh, actually, Brandon knows this. When the Lions were hiring their head coach, he was the guy I was like, I want Robert so bad. He's defensive, very smart, motivator type guy. Good. I'm not going to say that word because Jen's aura. I didn't even say it right. I didn't even say it right.
Good aura. Good aura.
I didn't even say it right. I don't care.
It's good.
He had a good feeling to him when he walked in the room. He's a happy dude, positive, ready to put in some hard work and kick some ass.
He kind of seems like a player's coach. I don't know, though, but that's what it seems like. I don't watch a ton of Jets games, but he seems like he can connect with the players.
Did. He came in the building that way. and I know I'm giving a real big backstory here, but he came in
Hey.
the building that way, and now he's left. And the Jets, this is what the Jets do, man. They have just, coming from a Lions fan, they have crumbled this man. He is not the same dude he was when he walked in the building. He is yelling at people, getting chippy at the podium, kind of getting sassy with Aaron, and I understand that Aaron's kind of a diva, if we're being honest here, and I want to like the guy. He's funny, he's cool, but he's a little bit of a diva. It's what he is. But that is the scenario. The Jets just fired their head coach. Josh Allen needs a win. You said he's lost 2 straight, correct, Brandon?
Yeah, I believe it's 2 straight. I know he lost to the Texans. Yeah, he lost to the Texans, and they got blown out by the Ravens. Remember that game was terrible to watch.
That happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
So me and Brandon are going to give a prediction if Brandon's ready for that. And if not,
Yep.
I'll start.
I'm
All right,
ready.
I'm going to throw it to Brandon. What's your prediction for this game tonight? I want to score, too.
Do you want a score prediction?
Yeah, I want to score.
Okay.
We're not here for
Listen,
make-believe.
I know the interim head coach, people, they have that day or that, a couple first games or something. We saw it with Alec Pierce and the Raiders, right? Like last year or something, 2 years ago. I forget, last year. Where Alec Pierce went in and won like 2 straight games or something like that. Yeah, we see that, and it happens. And the Jets are a talented team, right? They have talent all across the board. They're a little banged up, but they have talent all across the board, especially on offense. And they have got Sauce Gardner on defense and a couple great D linemen. Quinn Williams. But Josh Allen's lost 2 straight.
Yeah.
Both AFC opponents, both the top-notch opponents. And about 3 weeks ago, we were talking about how Josh Allen was going to be MVP because he literally crucified the Jaguars. I mean,
Baptize him.
yeah. So it's a little up and down for Josh Allen right now and Sean McDermott because, we know the offense doesn't have the same amount of weapons, especially now that James Cook just got announced that he's out tonight.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's going to be a little thin on weapons, but Josh Allen still plays amazing football in primetime games, okay? And he's 7-4 against the Jets in his career. Give me the Buffalo Bills to take this one in MetLife tonight. Monday Night Football. Give me a score of... Give me...
Don't hurt yourself.
Give me... Let's do 31-24. Okay.
Ooh, I like that. That's a pretty high scoring game. I like that. That'd be fun.
Yeah. So, so I think it'll be a high scoring game. Maybe potentially we'll see how it happens. But that's my prediction. Kate, what about you?
I love that. Great analysis right there. Personally, and Brandon, I support everything you say. Josh Allen, stud, this, that, pissed from losing. I get it. Josh plays with emotion. We know that. But good guy at heart. Plays with emotion, though. You know who also plays with emotion, Brandon? Aaron Rodgers.
Ooh.
Aaron Rodgers is the most emotional quarterback in the entire NFL. And I'd put everything I own on that statement. And after firing a coach that they didn't necessarily get along very well, I think Aaron's been sitting up in the seat a little bit this week, getting ready, watching more film, a little bit less ashwagandha. And I think he's going to tear some shit up this week with the Buffalo Bills. I don't think they're going to win by a lot, but I do think you're looking at a 3-touchdown game from Aaron. So let's put this at about, we'll go 24-21. That's pretty much like the basic, basic bitch. Anytime someone's got to guess a score, you say 24-21, and you're like, come on, dog. Like, get a little bit creative. Let's throw a safety in there. But that is my score. I got the Jets taking this one. I think Aaron's going to play with a lot of passion, a lot of heart. And, yeah. I
like it. The thing that could sway me to the Jets is just the fact that Aaron could be like, listen, you're the interim head coach. Just let me handle the offense, okay? I'll call the plays, buddy, okay? You give me an idea of what you would like to run and what you see, and then I'll go from there, okay? You let me do my stuff. You sit over there, look pretty, and take all the credit. I don't care.
Yeah.
Let's win this game.
That's right.
Okay? It's a divisional game. Let's win this, okay? Like, that's why I could see it, is where Aaron Rodgers just plays with, he's just like, forget about this, and starts just slinging it, okay? He's like, there's no one else to tell me that was a bad read or whatever. Like, I'm going to do what Aaron Rodgers does and win football games. Okay.
He's just hot routing the whole offense. He's like,
yep.
Square, run a slant, you run a drag. Let's get a corner out here. It's just doing his own thing.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually. But I agree with your statement, but I'm still going to stick with the Bills. I like both of our sides. So we got the Jets with Cade. We got the Bills with Brandon. Let's see what happens on Monday Night Football. We don't know. By the time this goes up, we're going to know. Okay. But
we'll know real quick.
But we'll see. We'll see. And with that being said, we're going to stick with the NFL, and we're going to go with one of the hottest topics in the NFL today, and that's, call us homers, whatever you want to call it. That's the best division in football right now, which is none other than the NFC North.
You're damn right, Brandon.
That it's no question. It's facts. Okay. I don't care. It's like, oh, some teams are playing easier teams than others. Too bad. Okay. No one sets the schedules. We don't pick the schedules.
Hey, Brandon.
Yeah.
That's how many losses. Not 4. Get the extra finger in there, the thumb. 5 losses in the NFC North. Keep going. Just ridiculous.
I mean, every team's playing out of their mind. So we're going to do a fun little game between me and Cade, both NFC North homers. We're going to play a game, and we're going to say that sadly someone's going to probably miss the playoffs. It's possible that all 4 make the playoffs.
Is it possible now?
I think there's some equation where it's somehow possible.
It's
probably not going to happen because, let's be honest.
We'd all have to evenly go split each game. Yeah, it has to be stupid.
Coaches would be like, all right, let's both get in there, okay? And LaFleur and Campbell aren't going to like that very much. But let's say 3 teams make the playoffs, right? Which is entirely possible the way that it's set up. Questions that we're going to ask each other is, what team in the NFC North is going to miss the playoffs this year? Okay? Could be anybody. It's a high-ranking division. Yes, the Vikings are 5-0. But that doesn't, conference play conference play heats up in the back weeks of this in the season. Okay? The Bears, I know, have 6 out of their last 8 games are division games. It's difficult.
Yeah, that's your whole season.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's going to declare it. So, Kate, what do you think? Give it to me straight if you got some bad news for me.
I will start. I was going to because I got 2 different directions. I'm a homer. Lions fan. I already said that. We did just lose Aiden Hutchinson. That is a big blow. I know we just curb stomped the Cowboys, built the ass, but that's the Cowboys. They're on their way down. Jerry needs to let go of the keys, but
Jerry's just got to go. Man.
He's got to go. It's beyond time. It's
team will not win a Super Bowl.
And Jerry Jones is still the GM. It is time to go.
Yeah.
Point aside, Packers, young, good, like them a lot. Lions just lost Hutchinson. That's brutal. We're gonna know that. It will be shown in the coming weeks. He is such a force on this defense. I'm a little bit scared. But I believe, like you said, Brandon, 6 of 8 games. Just found that stat out. That's a lot of division games in the back 8 weeks. And the Bears O-line is not very healthy. I feel like I'm saying something horrible to you. But the Bears O-line, if they are not healthy in the back part of that season, it is over. The interior pressure is going to get in Caleb's face, and Caleb can ball. We've seen it the past couple weeks. But when you have someone in your face every single time and you're trying to throw the ball, it just makes your job so much harder. I don't think that's a recipe for success when it gets cold out. And also your home games are outside. Doesn't help for throwing, especially when I don't know if that's your strength. I just know we score a lot of points. Everyone in the NFC North does. That's my answer. Bad O-line. And if they get hurt, it's going to be really bad O-line. And when it gets cold, you need your O-line. That's my equation, and I have the Bears missing the playoffs. Brandon, what do you have?
Yeah. No, I mean I think most Bears fans would agree that that's the weakest link of our team. Regardless of even injury, starting O-line is not the strongest you've ever seen. Okay, it's not the Lions have the top tier. That's where you want to be. And then you got the Bears a couple tiers down, okay? And, we've looked okay.
You've gotten better. Right?
But, it's not the greatest pass rushes we're going against. And the NFC North has some great pass rushes that we will find out very fast that this O-line has to adapt to. And this is hard. This is hard for me, okay? Because there are 4 great teams in the NFC North, and I strongly believe that. But now, with that being said, someone's got to move. Someone's got to lose. Okay. The Lions will not lose in the NFC North. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That team will. I don't care. Aiden Hutchinson going down is going to be big. It's not going to affect.
You're about to make me cry.
No, Jesus. No, the Lions. Those are. I still think the Lions will win the division. That's just my saying. I don't. Ben Johnson's a mastermind.
He's smart.
If you can win against the Lions, that's a win. Okay. It's hard to root against LaFleur. It's easy to root against LaFleur. We hate the Packers. But I'm saying, it's hard to beat LaFleur, I should say. LaFleur is a great coach. I think that is don't get me wrong, the Packers are very young. They have a bright future for years to come because their wide receiver core is deep. Romeo Dobbs is, I don't know what he's doing, but he scored 2 touchdowns. So clearly something's fine. Yeah, so, geez. Doesn't matter. Jordan Love is a great quarterback. I hate to say it, but it is. And LaFleur's just going to find ways to win games. And the Vikings are 5-0. I mean, clearly if you have most common sense people would probably say the Bears, right? Yeah, because, rookie quarterback, not a great O-line, but everything else seems to click on all cylinders. Now I'm going to go on a limb because I can't root against the Bears and say we're going to miss the playoffs.
Let's go.
Okay. Now, I do believe this is crazy. People are going to click off when I say this.
I don't give a fuck.
I think the Vikings might lose it. I think the Vikings might. They're very good right now, and they've beaten some very good teams. And that might sound insane, but I'm not going to choose the Bears. I don't care. Okay, I'm not going to choose the Bears. I'm not going to pick the Bears to miss the playoffs.
As long as at least the bias is known, though. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? It's in the equation.
Now, like I said, most people would probably be like, you're psychotic. Clearly the 5-0 team. Like, all we got to do is win a couple more division games, and we locked that in, right? But I think the Lions overall are a better team, and I think have they played Green Bay?
No.
Hold on. I just want to make sure before I state this, and Minnesota fans are... Yes, they did. They beat them.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Lions.
Well. This is awkward. They beat them at home, too.
This is like...
Okay! You know what? We're just going to go with it. We're going to say the Bears missed the playoffs by a little bit because I think the O-line is a little strong. But the fan in me says don't do that. So on the side, I'm going to say the Vikings somehow throw it away. Okay?
When you're writing a paper in school and you're like 8th grade and you wrote a thesis and you're like 2 paragraphs in and you're like, I'm so freaking wrong.
Yeah.
It's like, I got to commit now.
Yeah.
Going. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that's what that looked like.
No, it's okay. I mean, they throttled the Texans. They beat the 49ers and they beat the Packers at home. I mean, yeah, you can't. Come on back. It's okay. All right, I'll say it. I think maybe out of the NFC North, it's a little scary.
You
okay,
don't have to say it. It's okay.
No. You know what? Screw it. The Packers lose. Screw it.
Let's go.
The Packers are out of here. Yeah, Bears make it.
Everyone rejoices.
Yeah, everyone's back. All right. Yep. I just flip-flopped. But I can't do it. Can't bring myself. I think Caleb Williams is going to do great against the division opponents. If our pass rush can hold up, we can beat some of these. We can take some of the games. So
that's too funny, bro.
Give me the Packers to lose it. I think they slip. They slip on down. That final answer, fully confident in that one. Way more confident in that one than saying the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah. Yeah, because
Are you
I
sure?
think if
We've
yeah,
hit 3 teams.
yeah,
Do
because
you want to go
yeah.
for a 4th?
No, no, no. No, the Lions are untouchable. I think the Lions take that regardless. Lions, Vikings, Bears, Packers. That's the final rankings, I think. Yeah. If you can apply pressure to Jordan Love and defend the pass, yeah, I take him down.
I love it.
They're beatable at home. I think they're the closest beatable team. But yeah, that's my pick. After all of that, people are listening like, Jesus, what? Are you sure, buddy? Are you sure?
It was honestly too good. If you got nothing else, then
I got nothing else.
Okay. We got there. Brandon made his decision, and just to recap, I said that the Bears will miss it, and then Brandon went with
8 times.
No, it was good. It was good. This is what you need. He thought it out live. You know, the analysis. This is no bias. It's like he actually
I didn't
thought
think
this
about
out
this.
live. He did the research on the spot, and we went from. Where did we start? We started with.
I'm
the
not gonna lie.
Vikings.
Why I started breaking down the team is half of it was I was thinking about it because I was like, I gotta choose someone, and I'm not picking the Bears. Okay.
Half of it was initially the Vikings because, like, you know what I mean. Sam Darnold. How long could that last? And then we're both sitting here. I could tell he was typing. I was typing too. He's reading off the teams they beat, and we're like, those pretty good teams. And then I also looked. They had like the lowest, I think the second lowest points against in the entire league. Great defense.
Yeah, their
we know
defense is
that.
crazy.
And then Brandon said the Bears for half a second, just the pinky toe in, not the full toe.
Yep.
And then he said, "Can't do that shit. Give me the Packers. They're not going to make it." Yeah. So Brandon chose Packers. I chose the Bears, and that's where we're at. And now we will go into college football. Everyone's favorite world, especially. These games are getting good in October because now everything's on the line. I know you could still lose a game or two and still be in the playoffs, but man, those bye weeks matter. These college students cannot go 15 weeks straight. This shit matters. It's very important. So, first thing, we're going to talk about our games of the week, and then each of us are going to give an upset of the week. Ooh. And no pitter-patter Illinois versus Michigan where it's like a 2 difference. No, we want a real upset. Brandon, if you're ready, I'm going to throw it to you. If not, then I'm going to start it.
I'm ready with the game of the week for me.
Go.
I'm going to give you. I'm just going to keep it real light and simple. This is my game of the week. I know there's one that we're all looking at, and it's clear. But the one that catches my eye the most is Bama, Tennessee. Okay, Bama, Tennessee in Rocky Top. At 2:30. Why is that? What? Why is that not a night game, bro? Why is that?
It's because the Big Ten, they switched. That's what it is. I don't know. And
Rocky Top at night is up there.
I love Rocky. I agree with you.
Like, I just found out that was a 2:30 game. I was like, that better be a night game.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, I mean, at least you have Georgia, Texas as the night-ish game. But
that's right.
Yep. Either way, Bama, Tennessee, 7 versus 11. Bama, kind of confusing, kind of. We don't know. They lost to Vanderbilt. We all know that. Then they skid by South Carolina. I mean, by the skin of their teeth by Carolina. Like, because if that quarterback put that pass right on that wide open receiver, we might be talking a different ball game here. Okay. Right. And he tossed that football into row C, okay? So they got lucky there in Tuscaloosa, but they are visiting one of the most hostile environments in the SEC and one of the most talented groups, in my opinion, in college football today, and that's Nico Lama and the Tennessee Volunteers. I think that game is going to be electric. I'll give you my pick right now. I think Tennessee takes it. I like Bama. I like Bama a lot, actually, this year. I like Milroe. I like Ryan Williams. That's about all I can name from Alabama right now because
that's all you need.
But
we're not the experts, Brandon. They come here for humor. They don't come
I think Tennessee takes it. That's my game of the week. Kate, I've blabbered long enough. What about you? What's your game of the week?
You do not. You did great, and I love that pick right there. I also think Tennessee's going to take that win. Now, we have an obvious game right in front of us. Number 1, Texas is going to host Georgia. This is going to be in Austin, down the road off I-35, and it's going to be rocking. I imagine College Game Day is going to be there, and everybody and their mother as well. And the game's just, I mean, you don't want to be basic. It's too good. I mean, Texas, Brandon, let's go back. Time machine, 5 years ago, maybe 6, maybe even shorter, 4. Before Steve is there as the head coach, the whole conversation was from OU and Texas, like, there were rumors they're going to go to the SEC. We're like, oh, dude, Oklahoma, they'll be okay. Texas is screwed. That was the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a fact. Now, get a good head coach. Worked under Saban. Steve is a great coach and has turned this thing around. And I will also say, NIL came in at the exact right time. Texas has donors. Texas has money. And every player on that team drives a damn Lambo, if you haven't seen on Instagram and Twitter.
Yep.
Nonetheless, they're a powerhouse now, and they're running the SEC, and they're going to go against, clearly Bama is not Bama. And that's not an outrageous statement. We've seen it weeks over weeks now. It wasn't just a fluke. That's a real statement. Mm-hmm. Georgia is the standard now throughout all of college football. They're going to go on the road to Texas in their house, and it's going to be a dogfight. I'm fired up to watch this one. If I had to guess, and this is me being brutally honest, I do think Georgia's going to win this game by maybe a field goal, get a win on the road, only because they have been there more and done that more times. Just experience. That's just my personal preference. I'm not doubting Texas. It sounds like I am. I think they're a fantastic team. This could be a national championship game. That's just the truth. But I'm going to take Georgia here. They have the experience, and they're used to these. I'm voice cracking all over the place. They're used to these late-night games in SEC territory. Going to be a great one. I'm fired up, Brandon. Brandon, do you have your underdog and upset of the week, or do you need a second for me to ramble?
No, I have it. I would like to say I slightly agree with you on Georgia because the only thing was you saw a little bit of a questionable game to start from Quinn Ewers.
You really did.
Against OU. And they have a good defense. Don't get me wrong, OU has a great defense. But you just saw some missed throws. Like, that game could have been 14-0 within, like, by the end of the first. Like, easily.
You're right, dude.
So Quinn Ewers got to lock in. But I think, if Quinn Ewers misses some of those crucial throws, I still think Carson Beck and Georgia find a way to win. Kirby Smart is still up there. And like you said, National Football Championship game right there.
That's
but
right.
Give me Georgia by, like, a safety. Like, I don't know. Like, I
this
dude,
close.
It's a penny.
What is Texas? I'm just curious. Ramble a little bit for me.
No, Quinn Ewers. But what I didn't understand was Quinn Ewers missed, like, 2 throws. And I saw, like, 8 Texas fans tweet or something like that. And they're like, put in Archie Manning. And you're like, why on earth
Shut the hell up.
would you... Why? Like, that doesn't make... Like, I get it. Cool. He's young and exciting. You got all next year, and you got all the year after that to get all Archie Manning up. Okay? Archie's coming. You saw it against ULM. Okay?
He's going to be there. He ain't going
They gave you a little, those little spoons at ice cream places. They're like, here you go. Here you go. Kind of thing. Give you a little
Just
taste.
a taste.
Sorry for my thumb. But, no, Quinn Ewers, I do think he locks it in. And is it Trey Wingo?
Yeah, the young wide
dude's an
receiver,
animal.
number 5.
That dude's crazy, dude.
Dude, he's nuts.
Yeah, he's a freshman.
Yeah. They're feeding him end arounds like it's nobody's business. Brandon, the line for this game is minus 3.5 for Texas. Bigger line than I'd expect. Georgia gives me points. I'm taking the points, and I'm not a betting man, but it might be this weekend. That'll be a good game. I don't like betting against Texas. I like Texas. But do you have anything else before I move forward?
Hook 'em horns. No. I will say if Georgia stops the run, which they are very capable of, I think that's the key. Because once Texas found that run game against OU with Blue, and who's that other dude? Westshire.
Yeah, that's
Dude was a dog. Okay, Buddy just punched OU in the mouth. And once they got that rolling, you saw Quinn get a little bit more adapted and comfortable back into his rhythm and just started dicing.
That's right.
Okay.
I got
But
one more
anyway.
thing.
Oh, yeah.
So, sorry guys, we've been going on, but this game's so awesome. There's just
It's
so many
so
factors.
awesome.
This is the last factor, and for super nerds like Brandon and I, we care about this. Quinn, Carson Beck, both round one quarterbacks, or fringe round one quarterbacks as of next year. This game, every executive that needs a quarterback, which is a lot of them, will be watching this one, and they're gonna overthink it and be like, "Oh, since he won and beat him, he must be the better player." So huge implications for everybody on the field, especially the quarterbacks. Brandon, go crazy.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. There's probably about probably about 20 teams just going out there to scout. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
not 20 teams in the NFL need a quarterback, but they're going to go out there. They're going to be like,
Yeah. Oh, you know
at
what?
least 10 of them are coming. I know
That's
that.
right.
At least 15.
Yep.
I've 9 numbers. Anyway, let's go to the upsets of the week. Call this an upset or not. Well, I don't care if you do or not. And it could be the same as you, Cade, if you think, ooh, I just saw another one, but I've got to stick with my gut. Call this an upset or not. They're unranked, technically going against a ranked team at home. Give me Nebraska upsetting Indiana, number 18, depleting their perfect season. I think, we saw them against Colorado. Poor Colorado in that one. My God. But that just meant like that was like the Big 12 welcoming them back. Like, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We don't mess with Big 10 teams. Come here. It's okay. But I don't know. They barely lost to ranked Illinois, or Nebraska would be ranked right there with them. But Indiana, I'm not gonna lie. I found out this week that Indiana was ranked number 18. So I didn't know. Their Big 10 team, I didn't know they were that good.
They're 16 today.
That's impressive. So credit to Indiana, but the Nebraska has a good defense. Matt Rule is a great college head coach in building a foundation and recruiting, and he's got his recruits. He's got his team now. His team is finally building. You can see it. Nebraska will be good for a long time, in these coming years. Yeah. Okay, mark my words. But I think Nebraska comes in and makes a statement in Indiana. They've played in bigger places. They played in louder places. And Dylan Raiola throws for, let's say, I don't know, just tosses them around. Okay, basically I don't think it's a butt whooping, but I think that an upset is definitely due. Nebraska wins it by a touchdown. Cade,
I love that.
What is your upset of the week?
My upset of the week comes from pure hatred. Okay.
Yes.
It's not Michigan. Okay, but it is pure hatred. Because that game's too close. We mentioned Illinois, Michigan. This is too damn close. And Michigan's actually ranked lower. But my team that I don't like, and I think they're going to be upset, like, realistically, they're going to lose to this squad. Number 12 Notre Dame is going to Georgia Tech's house. And anybody like us that was watching college football kick off in Dublin, Georgia Tech has a freaking team. The defense flies around. They pursue to the ball. And their quarterback, King, can move with his feet as well. He's not the best passer you ever seen, but dude can dice you up through the air and also run past you on the ground. This team, Georgia Tech, is going to get the better of Notre Dame. Notre Dame is known for choking in these kinds of scenarios. They did it a couple weeks ago, and they're going to do it again. Notre Dame, say bye-bye to college football playoffs. This is the upset of the week for me, and that's going to be Notre Dame versus Georgia Tech, and Georgia Tech's taking them down at their own house, referring to Georgia Tech's house.
I love it because I was looking at the schedule and I saw that game right before I said Nebraska, and I was like, that could very much be it. But I like it a lot. I think Georgia Tech gives them a strong fight, and like you said, Nebraska is known to just kind of choke one of those games that you're not supposed to, and you're like, well,
yeah.
And then someone on the committee is like, maybe we should have Notre Dame. And you're like, I don't really think so. They've lost 4. And they're like, yeah, but they're Notre Dame. History. You're like, bro, get out of here.
If they weren't
You're a janitor.
independent.
No, I'm sorry.
What did you say?
I said, no, you're a janitor. Get out of here. No.
If they weren't independent, they would. I don't know what they would do with themselves. You have like programs like Nebraska, like you just said. I would take Nebraska as a program 10 times out of 10 over the next 3 years than Notre Dame. And Notre Dame has this prestige and history, and they recruit pretty well. I don't care. I like what Matt Rhule's building, like just like you said. That's just.
Oh, have you seen that? Did you see? I got to send you that link after the game, but I don't know if you've seen it. But Matt Rhule, it's like this. It's like they did a camera in their pregame, like 5 minutes before the game, and Matt Rhule like walks in, does this like motivational speech, then do like a prayer, and then like right as the prayer ends, they just like Kodak Black just starts playing, and they just start like walking to the tunnel, and like the Purge music's coming, and you're like, bro, ain't no team, dude. Lincoln, Nebraska is so hard to play in, especially now that they have a team. Lincoln, Nebraska, especially at night.
Oh.
Give me Nebraska at night to beat a lot of these teams that are ranked right now. But also, I'm looking at Louisville, Miami.
Yeah, I saw
Could
that
be
too.
a little bit of a sneaky game, but I still think Cam Ward gets that game out. That's why I didn't choose them. But those are our upsets of the week. We got Notre Dame, number 12, walking into Georgia Tech and getting smacked by Haynes King. Kay, do you have a score or like a win by a touchdown, a field goal?
Give me a Haynes King ass whooping, 34-24.
Okay. All right. I don't know what that
Alternate
was.
spread at -10.
Okay. All right. I like it. And then we have Nebraska winning by a touchdown against number 16 Indiana, officially bringing them back into the college football playoff category. It's confusing. It's going to be electric. I can't wait for New Year's. Let's do anything else you got to say, or is that anything you want to talk about?
I've said my piece.
Anything? Is there any games that caught your eye last Saturday, this past Saturday that you were just like,
Oh man. Do you have one you could say while I refresh? Because I'm an old man. I forget everything. Like with
that Penn State USC game was something. That was crazy.
Oh, dude.
That was nuts. Miller Moss, I still like that kid.
Me too.
That dude is good. Say what you want about Lincoln Riley and whatever. That kid, he can recruit quarterbacks. You know.
Yes, he can.
Don't care what you say, that he can.
No, I mean, how can we not talk about it? The Howard did a Dak Prescott, and I understand it's 6 seconds left. I get nervous just thinking about it. Like the whole stadium's going nuts, can't hear shit. But you either throw it or you run 2 yards and you get down immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were not fast, brother. You need to get on the floor now. Just take a sack at that. I know they're out of field goal range, but you got to get down because the game's on the line. That was nuts. I didn't think they would lose it that way, personally.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a whiff of a field goal.
That's where he hit a little Texas route, Brennan. Us college football players, you get everyone on the sideline, just oos, and then that shit's open like 95% of the time.
Yeah. Lost a bet this weekend for like 0.2 yards. Thanks, Trayvon Henderson. No, I'm playing. It's not your fault, buddy. It's my fault for betting a 5-leg parlay. But with that being said, that's crazy.
I got one more thing.
Yeah.
BYU looks nasty, dude.
Yeah, BYU is going to be scary, and Oklahoma State gets to play them next.
Godspeed, Brandon.
Yippee!
Yeah, I don't know how y'all going to get out of that.
Dude, I don't
You're not.
know. I hope Garrett Rangel just becomes, I don't know, Miller Moss, dude. I don't know.
There you go.
I don't know. Sure. I was going to do one more thing. Ole Miss LSU. Crazy game. Death Valley at night. Crazy. There was a stat like Brian Kelly's like 13-0 at night games in Death Valley.
That's pretty sweet.
That's crazy. I mean, that's on the list.
Right.
So LSU looks good. They also, Ole Miss looks good. And then, I mean, these teams, I would love to see those two teams play again in the playoffs, if that's even possible.
Oh,
that would be absolutely electric. But, with that being said, Ashton G&T for Heisman. anyway, I think we can agree on that. Yeah. Anything else, Cade, you want to add?
Not a word. Travis Hunter for Heisman. I know he just got hurt, but
Ooh.
prayers up, speed recovery. But I
actually
love
like that.
Travis.
I do love Travis a little bit more than Ashton G&T because he's playing
He's playing 200 snaps a damn game.
Yeah.
The human mind cannot comprehend how many reps that is.
Yeah.
That's so many, Brandon.
Yeah. I do love Travis a lot.
Me too.
So let me change from that to that. Travis Hunter.
You know what?
No.
Stay over there. That's
I don't want to stay over there.
Stay
No,
over
I don't
there.
want to stay over there. I want to come over to the Travis Hunter party, man.
Real quick, did he get hurt? I know he got hurt.
He got
Left the
his
game.
shoulder.
But it's like college. We don't know if he's got a broken collarbone or we'll know if it's a scratch for.
Yeah, all I know is he came back on the sideline in his pads. I don't know if he touched the field again, but he had one of those those little shoulder braces things on. So and again, those can linger throughout the year, which sucks for him. So might see limited snaps on one side of the ball, less than the other, depending on how he feels. But I don't think it should oppose his Heisman candidacy. Yeah, Travis Hunter for Heisman. I'm back on. I jumped on the train. Can't leave without me. All right. With that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed. If you watched this far, we appreciate you. We are back. We are posting. We're busy with schedules and all that, so we're trying to get you content as soon as we can. But me and Kate love to make this content for you. So if you appreciate it, if you liked anything like the game ball thing, if you want to do if we do divisions each week, which is who misses what playoffs out of the, doing a division breakdown, we can do that. And if you listen to my entire rant on the NFC North, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what I hit right and what I was like, what are you talking about? Or if you just skip that part, I completely understand. If you're like, all right, and just hit your little YouTube button 6 times and was like, all right, let's get past this. Jesus Christ, dude. But if you enjoy anything, let us know. Let us know your upset of the week, game of the week for college football. This is week 8 already. Please, guys, enjoy football while we have it. We have college football for only so long, and we only have the NFL. NFL's already going into week 7 after this Monday night game. Nice. So I know we have a lot of games left to play, but soon enough, you're going to blink, and it's week 14. Your fantasy team is 2-6, and you're out of the playoffs, and you're sad, okay? But, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. This outro is taken long enough. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for more content for the hard count. We appreciate you guys watching, and, guys, we'll see you in the next video. Peace. I almost left the studio.